All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I've got something happening on my screen that you guys can't see in OBS, but I'm not entirely sure what is going on. Is it an Alt-Tab issue? Yeah, there we go. Okay. That was a horrifically unprofessional opening, but something popped up on my screen right as I was beginning. I don't know what it was. So we're back in Oblivion. We have hit the first way shrine on this pilgrimage of the 9. I was reading up a bunch of stuff online about how to optimize frame rates and cut down on stuttering. The reality seems to be that there is just no way. Oh, and now as I'm talking again, you can't see this in OBS, but Steam has just decided to completely block out my screen. There we go. Man, this is a horrible opening to a video. Okay, so I read a bunch of stuff about like adjusting the graphics and to try to cut down on stuttering, and I've set all of my settings to the way that Reddit said to set them. And so we're going to kind of see what happens here. From what I understand, there is no way to eliminate the stuttering, really. The game is ahead of its time in the sense of it kind of relies on abilities that computers might not quite have yet, at least not most of them. Certainly not what I can afford. But still, I mean, this looks beautiful, and so far seems to be running very, very smoothly. So we're going to go to our inventory here. We've prayed at the first way shrine. We have to hit all of these way shrines. Where is my way shrines map? There it is. So we're going to go to the Shrine of Mara next. We're just sort of going to follow kind of a general path. What I like to do is go to Mara, Dibella, Akatosh, and then around here to Kinnereth, and then up, and that kind of, rather than hitting Julianos first and then sort of backtracking, I like to kind of go like around and then up. That just feels more natural to me. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to head next to the Shrine of Mara. And so, it's kind of near the city here. I don't remember what city that is. I should know. Skingrad, rather. So I think the shrine looked like it was kind of somewhere out here. So we're going to get over there, and then we'll search for it in more detail once we get there. Yeah, so far this is running really smooth. It was playable. Like in the last playthrough, it was fine. But this already feels a lot smoother to me. So hopefully it is. Hopefully it remains that way. Like I said, the general, there was a bit of a stutter. The general consensus is that stuttering just is the reality of this game. It's just not, there's just no way around it. But like I said, it already was playable, and this feels, oh, you guys want to fight? I wouldn't have. I would have just kept going, but, you know, if you're going to be like that, you're going to get stabbed in the throat. I should rest and meditate on what I've learned. That means that I have leveled up. No rest yet. We'll rest when we get to the next way shrine. Yep, so there was a little stutter. Yeah, it's getting stuttery. So one of the things, so it maybe can be hard if you didn't grow up with this stuff. There's no like body specific damage, like body area specific damage, at least when it comes to blades and stuff. Like I stabbed that dude in the face, and it didn't, like, he didn't die right away. who said that. I don't know with arrows if it's the same. Like, whenever I play somebody who uses a bow, I always try to aim for the head, but also I'm usually sneaking, and the sneak bonus damage is pretty high anyway, so I don't know. Like, back in ye olden days of whenever the original came out, 03, 04, somewhere in there, there really wasn't body specific damage in video games. Like, it just, there was, like, to some extent, you know, the original Call of Duty, right? If you shoot somebody in the head, it's going to do more damage than in the body. That kind of stuff. That's another game I listed last time, like all the games I played when they were new. Like, I played Call of Duty when it was new, the original, and it was so cool. That was the first game I played where, like, you could aim down the sights of the rifle, and that was so advanced to me. Like, that you didn't have a little crosshair on the screen. I mean, you could, but like that you could aim down the sights. Like, Medal of Honor, I think Allied Assault patched that in, but in the original release you couldn't do that in Allied Assault, but you could in Call of Duty, which was so cool. Maybe I should play like the original Call of Duty on here, just for fun. It's been a long time since I played it. I wonder how it would hold up to my nostalgia. But anyway, like, some games like that they kind of pioneered the idea of doing body specific, like body part specific damage. But that really wasn't a thing. Like, in the early games, like Wolfenstein and Doom, there was no such thing, right? That looks awesome. Look at that. That is so cool. Like, this is, I know, like, I promise, wow, did you see that lightning bolt? I won't spend too much time waxing nostalgic over this game, but just really, like, it's indescribable to see it like this now. So I really want to get to the Way Shrine. I feel like from a role-playing perspective, if I'm playing the game, like, min-maxing the game, I would like stop and rest right now so that I could level up. But from a role-playing perspective, right, I'm not gonna, I'm trying to die. I'm on this quest to find the Way Shrines, and I'm not gonna, you know, I'm gonna rest in the, I guess if I was role-playing I wouldn't have just done that, but I'm gonna rest at the Way Shrine when I get there. My apparel is about to break. That's not good. I wonder, do I have any repair hammers? It appears that I do not. Nope. Well, hopefully it's not my sword, because we're about to walk through these ruins and there's absolutely going to be like at least a few skeletons in here. I used to have such a love-hate relationship with places like this when I was a kid, because they're like, it's so cool. There's a goblin. Yeah. Like, these places are so cool, but they're also so creepy. And so, like, I guess I wasn't a kid. I was like, there's a conjurer. I was a, you know, a teenager, but I used to find these places so creepy, but also like they're so cool. Stop healing yourself, you jerk. Just, you're supposed to die. Just, meh, come here. Accept your fate for what it is. There. I don't know what that is, but fortify fatigue pants. Those are valuable, if nothing else. So anyway, yeah, I used to like, I loved finding these places, but then I also hated like being in them because they're so cool, but they're also like so creepy. Yeah, little stuttery. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. A little bit of stutter. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Is this the... Yeah, this is the shrine. Sweet. Wait, Way Shrine of Talos. Is that the one we were... Oops, I didn't think that was the one we were headed for. No. Oh, we... Okay. Well, we bypassed... Holy cow. Oh, I messed this up royally. Somehow. Where, like... Is this a way shrine? Yeah. See, this is what I mean. Like, I don't know if this is an error in the game, because the way shrine of Talos is like way over here. Whoops, wrong button. Or are there other... See, I've prayed at the way shrine of Talos, but like... I don't... So this has completely broken my brain now. Alright, so... Because Talos is supposed to be way over there under the city, so I wonder if either it's swapped, because the way shrine of Talos is supposed to be way over here. Either they have messed up, either, you know, maybe it's mislabeled, but it doesn't seem like it because the quest said, I wonder if maybe they've been swapped. But at any rate, we're going to rest here so that we can level up. I thought. Oop. Wrong button. Oh, I must use a bed. Okay. Well. So let's go this way. And just see. My guess is that it's wrong on the map. That was the intended way shrine, but either they swapped them on the map or they swapped them in the game. No, there's a way shrine right there. So how, like... But, like, if I go... Whoops. If I go to the quests... On the pilgrimage, it says I've prayed at the way shrine of Talos. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna lose sleep over this now. Which, I guess says a lot about me as a human being. But, you know, such is life. Yeah, so here's Mara. This is the one we were actually going for. So I guess Dibella is up here. So we'll go to that one next, and we'll try to keep following it around, and hopefully we'll encounter a bed somewhere along the way. Anyway, oops, something wants to kill me. Hey, homie. Didn't stand a chance. Where's my... I don't know what that glowing thing up there is, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I am not leveled up enough. So it's getting stuttery again. It's weird. So I don't know what... I guess I don't know what to blame it on, because when the game stutters, it's like OBS also stutters. I don't know if... I assume... I mean, it's probably... It's probably for the same reason that the processor and stuff is being overloaded with demands. Maybe use a bed here. If they allow me to. That's an unusual design choice. Okay, I thought this was a hotel. Nothing creepy about this. Ah, a bed. Well, surely nothing will go wrong. We just take us a little nappy nap. Ascended to level 2. I'm going to say agility, speed, and endurance, I guess. Somehow, we successfully took a nap in the murder house. Like, what even is this place? They had quite a party here, it looks like. You guys are very lucky that this hasn't burned your house down. Like, as a former fireman, this right here is a nightmare. You should not be doing that. Not at all. I'm guessing there's a story or a quest or something that involves this place, because like there's too much detail here for there to be just nothing. Oh, that's a person. Huh. That is what a burned person looks like. I mean, or thereabouts. Oh, there's an upstairs. I only ever saw a couple like really serious like house fire burn victims. It wasn't something that we encountered like a ton. A lot of like other grotesque stuff, but as far as people like severely burned like that, it was only like a couple times. Well, maybe we'll come back and learn what this place is later. Still just a little bit of that load time transition, but way, way better than when we were running on the hard drive. The solid state drive does wonders for this game. Still stuttery, still awkward, but really playable. Very, very playable. I might try a few more adjustments. One of the things I read is that adjusting your graphics mid-game is like the worst possible thing you can do. That when you want to adjust your graphics, you need to just exit the game and like do it from the menu and then load your game again. So I'm not going to make any of the adjustments right now, but there are a few more things that I'll probably try to see if I can get some of that graphical load off the computer a little bit more, while hopefully still preserving the awesomeness of the graphics here. I didn't even get your health all the way down. You just gave up. What a loser. I mean, I wasn't going to let you kill me, but you could have at least tried. So we should be nearing the next way shrine, or at least in the vicinity of it. We'll get up here to the top of this hill and see what we can see. There it is. So this one is properly labeled. All right, so next would be Akatosh over here, south of this city. We'll set us a marker for right there. And off we go into the sunset. I guess sunrise, as it were. I don't know. I guess I don't know what time of day it is, so. Oh, I cannot. I was going to open the wait menu and see, but it says there are enemies nearby. I don't see anyone. Anybody out farming? think it would be hilarious. It's not possible in the game, but it'd be hilarious if you could like hunt all of the various animals to extinction. Like if you could actually, like if the game had some sort of population and like breeding mechanic among the animals, and that you could hunt like you get to a point where there just are no more wolves, there just are no more deer. I would 100% do that. I would not so much the deer, I don't really care about them, but I would definitely hunt down all of the wolves and bears and stuff. And then I would walk the streets freely. Got a little stutter there again. That's right. You heard me. I'm going to hunt all of you to extinction. I need to get up, yeah, this way. I need to get up here. Look at that. Look at the Imperial City. And that is so cool. Like, I get the appeal of Skyrim and like the, you know, the northern lands and stuff. Like, I totally get it, and I don't in any way want to take away from that, but like there's just nothing like look at that. It's also kind of a terrible location for a city if you think about it, because if like somebody got artillery up here, they could obliterate that city. Like, as an historian, like, this is a terrible, terrible situation. Terrible. But as a fan of sword and shield fantasy, this is incredible, right? It's also incredible too, like how you can't, like, the sense of scale is like the city is so big, and we're so high up and so far from it that it seems kind of tiny. But like when you're down in there, we'll spend a fair amount of time in that city throughout this series. Like the city's huge, so you get very much a sense of like the scale of this world. But I will say, yeah, we've had still a little stuttering, but this has run much, much more smoothly than even the last video, where it was playable. Like, it was fine. It was fine in the last video, but not this smooth. Alright, so we should be getting close. We want to keep our eyes out for any circular columned pavilions. What's up, homie?
Hail, good citizen. How can I be of service?
You see any way shrines? That would be great. If you've seen any of those, you could let me know. Otherwise, maybe stab a vampire or two. There's the way shrine right there. It's at the waypoint almost exactly on it. Alright, so we've got that one. So now we'll go over here and then up to Julianos. And then I guess we'll see if there's a shrine here. Like, it's so weird that we found the Shrine of Talos like way over here. We'll just see. We'll just see. But we'll go over here next. It's somewhere in this vicinity here. I think it's a little closer to the lake actually than what I put my... I think it's more like right here. So we'll head that way now. I have successfully turned Oblivion into a walking simulator. There's like demons and there's an arena we could go fight in, but no, me old Tranquility Base has been pondering this quest since his teenage years and desperately wants to do it right first thing. You know, there's like, oops, there's a illegitimate child who's now an heir that, oh crap, whoops, I need to be careful. I keep like jumping off of stuff. He said, jumping off of stuff. Like there's all that stuff. I'm supposed to be bringing Patrick Stewart's amulet to a monk who is like, spoiler alert, going to become a dragon at the end of this. But like, nah, let's do this first. Let's just walk for 1,000 miles through the wilderness. Because nothing brings in the YouTube money like a walking simulator. Oh crap. Okay. I've given up on all pretense of like actually role playing at this point, and I'm just jumping off mountains. There's a little more lag. I would guess, so I don't know this, but I would guess that this is probably the biggest complaint that people have about this quest line is probably that it opens really slowly, really, really dry. The truth is this wouldn't be nearly so long if I was fast traveling, but I really wanted to experience the world again, and you know, in real life, right? If I suddenly found myself here, I wouldn't be fast traveling. I would be walking from place to place. But even still, you can't fast travel directly to the way shrines, and they don't have quest markers over them, which, like I said in the last episode, I think is perfect because it forces you... Do you want to die?
This is a hold-up. Get over or die.
No.
Actually, that's the way this one prefers.
Okay. If you insist on dying... Oh, you're beefy. Oh, my weapon is broken. That's not good. And my apparel is broken. So I'm gonna have to... Says my weapon is broken, but it still seems to be doing pretty good. There. Alright, so my weapon is broken and my stuff is broken. Let's borrow this axe. Yeah, it's broken. We'll borrow this axe. My cuirass is broken. I don't have anything to replace it with. That's okay. Alright. A little more stutter. Anyway, as I was saying, I would imagine that this opening is probably what turned a lot of people off from this quest line, because it's dull, but it's intentionally so. You have to prove. That's weird. I don't like that. I'll have to try to. I wonder if I can turn that blur off. That's dumb because that's not what objects look like in real life, even when you're running, and also it's using up a bunch of extra processing power for no reason. Because it's not an exciting opening. It's you just walking. I like it because I feel like it forces you as a player to actually do what the point of the quest is, which is to demonstrate your commitment by praying at these way shrines. You have to go find them. But I can see why, from a gameplay perspective, this is coming out in the era immediately after Diablo 2, and this is like around, I think Fallout 3 came out shortly after this. Call of Duty is out at this point, right? There's a lot more action in the video game world, and even within Oblivion, I could be murdering people as an assassin, I could be stealing stuff, I could be doing the main quest. Like, there's a lot of stuff that could be done that is a lot more interesting objectively. There's the Imperial City. Look how awesome that is. That is objectively a lot more interesting than what I'm doing right now. And so I get that. But I think that it was, from a story perspective, the right choice, because it forces you to actually carry out the point of the quest. Make sure nobody comes after me. Yeah, it seems like, I'm not sure how the loading philosophy of the game works. It seems like it loads in a bunch of area and it will run pretty smoothly for a while, but then as I'm walking, whatever threshold it sets, it's sort of like once I get beyond that threshold, it kind of has to load again, and that's when it gets a little stuttery. Discovered some guy's tower. I wish I owned a tower. I do not. I do not currently possess a tower, but I wish I did. It seems like just a really cool thing. And in America, like, how many people can say they own a tower? Like, sure, there are people who own skyscrapers, but like, who owns a tower? Like, with arrow slits, it's made out of stone and stuff, all cylindrical, with battlements at the top, and a staircase that makes it very difficult to fight upward if you're right-handed. It would be the kind of thing I would bust out at parties. When people are like, what do you do? Instead of saying history teacher, I would say tower owner. I own a tower. This is a really, really obscure sim game back in the era of like Sim City and stuff, before the Sims came out and sort of took over that whole genre. There was actually a game called Sim Tower that was really, I thought, pretty fun. Made by Maxis, you know, it was completely within. Hey, crab. You know, it was completely within that family. They also had one called Sim Farm that was a lot of fun. And then there was one I really, really liked called Streets of Sim City, which was cool because you could build a city in SimCity 2000 and you could load the map into Streets of Sim City and then you could drive around, which you could do. And you could also like mount rocket launchers and machine guns on your car and you could destroy the city. You could like blow up buildings and fight with other cars and stuff. Way back when Simcopter was also fun, but Simcopter got kind of old. Like it was a game you could play for like 20 minutes and then not play for a month. And there was this really bizarre Easter egg that I never actually saw. I didn't find out about it until way, way later. It's getting, there we go. Where one of the programmers apparently was gay and felt like the video game industry was not like open and accepting of gay people. And of course, this would have been in the 90s when it's not that America wasn't like, it's not that America hated gay people at that point. It's just like, it still wasn't something that you just went around telling everybody. It could still be kind of dangerous. Are you guys going to need to die?
Your presence here will not be tolerated.
Well, I would just leave, but all right. If you need, yeah, you go ahead and spin around with your hammer like that, and I'm gonna axe you in the face. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys spent all that time learning fancy moves, didn't learn how to take an axe to the skull. Anyway, so the developer, one of the developers, had added something in, and it was like a date where if you played the game on a certain date at a certain time, like all the men would be in Speedos. And that, I never saw that. Like I never experienced that playing it, but apparently like that caused a bunch of controversy and sort of, it didn't kill the sim genre. They had other sim releases after that, but they were never quite as creative. They were a little more tight with the controls. And then and then after, was it SimCity 3000? I don't think Maxis released another SimCity game, did they? Maybe they did. I don't know. I lost touch with SimCity though at that point. I know there have been other like city builder games, but I think from Maxis in the SimCity series. All right. Well, I hear something. There it is right there. I don't know if that noise was this way shrine or if it's something, some will-o'-the-wisp or something that's about to kill me, but all right, so we've done that one. So next we have Julianos. Should be up here. I think, let's see, I'm going to put my marker here and then I'm going to check the map again. Yeah. Looks like it'll be actually a little bit before the marker, but that's okay. We've got just, if the Talos Way Shrine really was counted, then we should just have 3 more Way Shrines to go. And they should be relatively close together. bit stuttery again. It does seem to be like there's a... Like you travel a certain distance and it stutters. It seems to be kind of tied to some sort of demarcation point between what it has loaded in and what has yet to be loaded in. My athletics mastery went up. It's one of the things, like, one of the easiest skills to increase no matter what your, like, what class you're playing is athletics. You just hold shift and run everywhere. And the athletics goes up. And there it is right there. Oh, can't quite jump high enough. All right, there's that one. So I'm going to head to this point where the Shrine of Talos is supposed to be, because it'll be on the way anyway, and we'll just see if we find anything even remotely in that vicinity, then great. And if not, then we'll just head onward and hope for the best. This is so cool. And look at this. This is amazing. It is getting really stuttery here. I think probably all the fire effects here are not helping. Please don't make me murder you. I really don't care to. Alright, so we're in this area. I'm going to check the Way Shrines map again. So kind of down in this region. I think that's where we are right now. Yeah, I don't see any Talos Shrine. Get up here on top of the hill. And see if we see anything. And if not, we will just carry on. Which looks like... So it seems like they just placed the Talos Shrine in the wrong spot. Like, I'm really lucky that I just totally happened upon that by accident, because otherwise, like, I would never find that. All right, so I think the next one is down here. It looks like I would never have found that just like on my own. I would never have done enough searching to get there. All right, so we'll head to this next one. I think there it is. Looks like some bandits up there. There's our Way Shrine. All right, so we have one more. Way down here. In sort of this vicinity. So, if that Talos Shrine counted, which it should have, it seems like it did, then this should be our last shrine. Do I have to go through the city? I don't really want to because it's going to like... No, it looks like I can go around. Well, I thought. It's not that there's anything specifically wrong with the city. It's just that... There we go. It's just that it, like, to the load times and stuff to go in and then out of the city will just be a lot. And we're at 56 minutes, and I kind of want to just get this last shrine. Whoops. Sorry. Got distracted by my phone there and wasn't paying attention to my bushes. What just happened? Did I just like trip and fall? That was weird. Nope. Somebody's... Oh, yep, you've decided to die, huh? You guys never seem to learn. Didn't have to be that way. I would not have attacked you. Okay? Make sure that they say that at your funeral. I would not have attacked you. It's getting laggy again. Okay, that just got really laggy. So I will say for like, I mean, the last hour I've been playing this, my CPU usage hasn't been super extreme. It's been stuttery a little bit, but very smooth overall. Cannot go that way, but I need to go that way. Oh, I see why. I think. I mean, what? Yeah, I mean, like, I need to go that way. Level up again. But anyway, like as I was saying, the I heard that sound again. It seems like overall this has run very smoothly. The amount of stuttering seems consistent with what the internet says is just how this game is. That it's just they did it too good. I cannot imagine the kind of computer that would be necessary to run this thing like entirely on ultra. That would have to be a monstrosity of a computer. I mean, mine is... Oh, Sheagora Shrine. Mine really is pretty beefy. Like, it runs everything in general. A lot of things at their highest graphical settings, but, you know, nothing is truly future-proof, right? And a lot of things that once seemed like givens are no longer, right? It used to be the idea of, as time progressed, you could just... There's the shrine right there. You could just, like, upgrade your RAM, which is true, but now with all the data centers and AI and stuff, like, RAM is so expensive. Like, hundreds, $400 or $500 for a RAM stick now. I've completed the pilgrimage. Good. So that Talos shrine must just be misplaced. I have prayed. There's my mouse. Completed my pilgrimage. Should now pray and wait for vision to guide me on my quest.
Hail, knight! You seek my relics with a worthy heart. Your prayers have woken me from my endless dream. Or perhaps you have entered my dream. I still sleep. I think others have sometimes spoken to me. Others like me. Memory is doubtful. Perhaps the others came after you. Your need must be great for the gods to allow us to speak. As Umaru, the accursed, found a way back, the fattest of a foul race, 1,000 curses upon his unholy name. I thought I won. I should have known. The slave masters are a cunning breed. Umaru found a way to cheat death as I could not. If you would seek for my relics, I know little that can help you. All that has passed since my death is like mists that my mind can take hold of. My friends built a shrine upon the site of my death. The elves tormented me. A final act of revenge. I can show you where it once stood. Perhaps it is there still. Fare thee well, sir. May the gods grant you as I.
During my pilgrimage, I've received a vision from the Divine Crusader, revealed the location of his lost shrine, which is where I should begin my quest. So, now we have done the pilgrimage, and we have an actual quest marker and that sort of stuff. And we are on to the quest for the Knights of the Nine. And that is where I'm going to stop this video. It's been about an hour. And it seems like a good place to stop. And when we come back next time, we will be on to the actual quest. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope it has been nice and relaxing. And I will see you when I see you.